You know right, assassinate. Airport and Timaya. Moja nananum shegu edigu on my yeah.
Imobi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Yentai enhu inyama bi sei. Na Ghana has say, right? Eyana normally police tro ensemo a eyana PRO ena nensa ehyaase na PRO no na edwuma no se asembie si na police for person mo kasa ono nso ena trese wode asem no ebeto Ghana fo enim. But there is an information that police for a release. Sorry, there is a statement that police for a release. Now, surprisingly, the Pakwan and sa share sa statement where you say, the IGP himself, Dampare. Now, what ye IGP nensem wa waka out to me when say ni buefu ye. Now, you be reading some no. Now, my analysis on this because for me personally, I have a different thought on this. Atiasie. Now, something ni se muni amobe kaya. Embra mebe reported tremo say Oliver Baka. Ya sanso achinibium say or drive basabasa. Embra mebe read this answer ne tremo. Me mamoti asie say the British High Commissioner woye British Ambassador wa report and wakasa wa asem ne so. Na asem wa wakan ne say wate say ya chi Oliver Baka bium. Na eye interesting or hwe asem no bebi abeden ebekwa akodru. Me mamoti asie say yate no man we mu. And we've seen how those who were arrested that way, can say one more drive basa no, senior police dealing with them. But Oliver Baka dey senior yedene ko two mu after ye be granting the bail when in sense the mamoti say it was a bit weird because normally how police does that thing and
Melodies TV on YouTube
of CTFM war against indiscipline on the roads awamo ye police watch will be a you who say well drive basa ana ninkrata enso ade omo ye ne say they impound the car ye ji car no nti eno no ye be hye court date ama ye nim say ya je o car nti wo ye de nkra na wo be ba court one ba court a car no at the police station ho na che say wo pese wo tre say wo de car na ye den che nti omo ba court na bia ya fine omo within 800 cedis to 1000 cedis me hu say wo bi with 2000 cedis ye misdemeanor enya asemo a ye chi nipa tum. Inti Oliver Baka dia ebaye me mamoti ase say ya chi na tum na later ye be granting the bill ya impound no to say senya ye na ye hu say ye de ye others no mimi hu ne say dabi there is something in there and wonti the British High Commissioner British Ambassador ebe kasa wa asem ne so ka say eye interesting na wo hwe bebi ade ne bedru me mamoti ase international community no because it is not only the British High Commissioner and Wakasa Oliver Baka and Semisui. School Oliver Baka wako one of the best schools in this world. And so ebe kasai etre senior courts womo dealing with Oliver Baka ninsem one senior womo achina womo tre say embra enye juma Oliver Baka ninsem nimu. Mebe kai wo hase. On 17th May and a British High Commissioner no what throw sansem no na say IGP Dampare emma no reply na IGP Dampare emma no afiansa ababontin afiansa reply na ababontin tie be widi atro na wo hwe donation na IGP Dampare edema British High Commissioner na kwan ni nyame no tumuza na ne buafu. Now let's go into it. Yen hwe say ebufu a IGP no etre e won krata we so no fata se otresa ebufu na na. I say police administration's response to your tweet on Tuesday 17th May 2022. Me read maka tweet na ambassador no wo man no maka atremo deda. Now I say the attention of the Ghana police has been drawn to your tweet which reads Oliver Baka Vomewo, convener of Fake the Country movement, arrested again. I understand for a motoring offense on his way to court. I'll
Melodies
be interested
TV
to see where
on
this
YouTube.
goes. I say ordinarily, the Ghana Police Service would not have responded to comments such as yours, obviously made from either a biased or uninformed position. Until right then, no, Dan Parin Semwa Watro no, or person tre IGP ne say, Masa mambase mi bedi agro. I say, asem way asem bi ananka, yen police for no, yen kasa won sembi say ho. Nanso, wo hwa asem wo waka wo British ambassador no waka asem na waka no to me when they say we biased and I say uninformed unni masem ni mu asem a wo ka che British High Commissioner no. I say however, we have learned from previous painful experience that it has not been helpful to ignore such misguided, unwarranted, and biased comments intended to tarnish the reputation of Ghana Police Service and that of our country. What is more, we consider your tweets a violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1961, which enjoins diplomatic missions not to interfere in the internal affairs of their host country. Well, see, British High Commissioner no, sa asem a wakan no, asem bia etia mra because mra kire say, oye High Commissioner e wo man bi mu a, asem bi koso wo man ni mu a, eni kwan say ode wa no den atum in the internal affairs of that country. Now, I see, Your Excellency, the fact that you use the phrase arrested again, we believe must mean you were making reference to the previous occasions Mr. Baka was arrested for threatening the security of the state and recently for motor traffic offenses. We intend, therefore, to address both issues in this letter. Since you may be unaware of the charges against the person of interest in your tweet, we are happy to give you some background among other things. In February this year, Mr. Baka Vomewo threatened the security of the state by categorically stating his intention to stage a coup d'etat and cause instability in the country if the army, which he referred to as useless, was unable to do so. These same threats have subsequently been repeated
Melodies
by
TV
Mr.
on
Baka
YouTube.
Vomewo on his social media handles. Into you see, as a British commissioner, in some way, wo ni masemo a ekoso na wono IGP no wo fa emre na wa tre British commissioner no o tre na de e wo sankrata wa tro ni mu na wo tre ne say Mr. Baka kan say Ghana ye army no useless na wono ankasa be ye coup into wo tre ne say asemo Mr. Baka first thing na wo kan no o tro wo social media o say in line with the laws of the Republic of Ghana, he was arrested and taken through due process and was granted bail by a court of competent jurisdiction. That matter is still pending before the law courts. On Tuesday, 17th May 2022, Mr. Baka Vomewo was among other drivers who were arrested separately for road traffic offenses. They were all arraigned before the court, where some pleaded guilty, were convicted and paid their fines accordingly. However, this person pleaded not guilty, was granted bail by the court, and was released after fulfilling the bail conditions. See, Mr. Baka ye chino say wako drive by heart wo kwan so no enye ono pe ne ye chi no ye chi wono ene nkrofo bebre na ye chi wo mo no wo mu ni na e ka say no kware bone no mu edi nti ho na e na ye de so bo no bo mo e na wo mu tua court e na mo mu ko fie sa dey no. But Mr. Baka Vomewo Oliver Baka no ono ne de o ka say won di bone bia nti ye de no kotum e na afa ye wo say ye be grant ni bail nti ye twen ye ema ni bail conditions no eba bedru ye ansa na ye release no asem a IGP ne kan no. So against this backdrop and in view of the fact that he is not the only person who is being taken through due process for committing an offense in this country, it is difficult to understand why he is your only focus. Are we to understand that you are concerned about the law enforcement process in Ghana or only as applied to your person of interest? Into say, enya Oliver Baka pe ene ye che no asem ni mu na eba ne sen ena British High Commissioner no Oliver Baka pe ena ye ka ne ho asem die ntia obisa no se die ntia na ade Oliver Baka ne hu hia o mo sesen. Now I say we are not oblivious of how as a country Britain reveres its army and continuously celebrates both serving and retired officers in the British Army Armed Forces. It might not be what you expect, but please be informed that as a country, Ghana similarly treasures its police service, the armed forces, and all other security agencies, and we are anxious to build these institutions into strong and revered pillars of society that perform their duties excellently. As our former colonial power and the source of our legal, judiciary, and criminal justice architecture, and indeed of our police service, we continue to look up to Britain, among other countries, for guidance with regard to how difficult situations are handled. I say Britain for no wɔn yɛ nkrɔfoɔ wɔn bu wɔn police wɔn bu wɔn military nti Ghana yɛntumi international hwɛ sɛ Oliver Barker no wɔnka deɛ wɔka ɛfa military no ɛho na Ghana deɛ yɛsua ana deɛ yɛyɛ ɛnde nyinaa no ɛyɛ adeɛ bi a yɛsua yɛ ɛfiri ɛyɛ British for no ɔmo hɔ ɔse we note that some leaders of faith-based organizations in your country made pronouncements that were considered as national security threats. They were branded as terrorists, arrested and prosecuted, and in some cases were extradited. This, we believe your country did in its quest to safeguard the security of the state and ensure the sustenance of the peace the inhabitants enjoy. I say, encrophobia, wamo esum, omo yo mo se wamo eka asum ho, ekwa kan nsem bi ewo Britain ho. Na saa nsem omo kan ye hu ne se etia wamo national security. Ye che omo, ye de ebi mu tumu, ebi mu nso ye twomu esu efiri oman ni mu. Asem a dampare catch British High Commissioner no. I said, do you not think we the Ghanaian people also deserve a peaceful country? Maybe reflecting on these questions will help you appreciate our position on such matters. Into a system man, Obiakwa kan bibi na mo aye ne saa. Eba ne sen na Ghana de wu susu se yen so sebe yen nya nkrofo a ye fata asomdue ana. Na wose ni na echi no, wo bebisa British High Commissioner no, British Ambassador no, wo bebisa na ensem na ensem a wo bebisa no, o de hwensem wo bisa no, ene ne yekomu no. One, or say, are there instances in your country where people are permitted to openly threaten the security of the state with a coup? Or say wo call British one na, obi betumi a threaten oman no with coup na ye gya na saa keke ana. Or say ebi wo ho saa. Eno sanso bisa no say, in instances where individuals have threatened the security of a state, does your criminal justice system celebrate such persons and urge them on to destabilize your country? As in you be a wa abrochi ho a wa call for coup or wa moman mu a wa call for coup, say nipa kro no ye gyan no ana ye bona baso say ane de wo ye no eye ye ma ne nkoso a enya ana asem a wo bisa no. I say as a foreign service officer, even though you might not have personal experience, you doubtless have access to the records of the periods of unrest and coups in Ghana. Are you really wishing on us a return to those times? It was say Obia, where British ambassador to Ghana, say unim Ghana and sem krana, unim Ghana yabakwa sem, unim say e yo man bia coup d'etat bebresi wo man mu. Intino ensem a wo ken, uyo bia wo wish say coup no ebesan so esi. Ghana Bumana because it is looking like we'll support it in some Oliver Barker Walker. Now, let's go to the next question. To me, say IGP na nibuefu. We got. I say, are you able to direct us to instances in your country where citizens are permitted to insult, attack, and incite your army and other security apparatus to destabilize the country? I say, Ambassador Nentraye ne maimu, baby I will be. Etumi di police attempt, etumi di army attempt, and if I can air call for coup, was our mind mu. Ambassador Nentraye. I say, do people get arrested for traffic offenses in your country? I say, uko British and Britain, uko Britain, British manimu, uko Britain, uko hona, hono, so will be co drive basa, police fortune and wamunchino. I say, is it the case that a person on his or her way to a British court cannot be pulled over for traffic offenses or any other offense for that matter? To say, Susan pass will be our Britain ho no walk court na court na walk no or the no excuse say drive basa. Police for because oh court into yenja on akwana and I be chini pakrono asema walk no. I say, are you still persuaded 3 days after your tweet that you were within the bounds of the Vienna Convention, which regulates the conduct of diplomats in the countries in which they serve? To be said, they say Vienna Conventions, no ambassador, no, or you sure say, and no, now what do you do anymore? Because with the Kayaka say Vienna Conventions, nature say, oh, your ambassador, na bibi kosu wo man anymore, any kwanse wo de ho ekoko hye sa wo man no internal matters. To be sa commissioner no say, oh, you sure say what the Vienna Convention no. And a jumana. I say, should you get involved in the domestic internal affairs, especially security issues of the sovereign state in which you are serving as a diplomat? So I say, British High Commissioner no, onu hu ne ho say e was Ghana nsem, Ghana ye yo man ye de ye ho no, o say wode na no e be hye ye nsem ana. Owie no sanso ka say, do you know of any instances where Ghanaian diplomats in Britain have involved themselves in your internal affairs? O say we hu bi da. Say Ghana ni Ghanaian ambassador to England, we hu say wono o de ne ho akwa omo asemu da na. O de ne ho be hye asemu e Ghana fo nsem. O sanso de kan say, is there any particular reason why, of all the people arrested daily for various offenses in Ghana, you are especially interested in this person's case? Obisane say, Bibi wo ho. Na asem bi wo ho. Etre say, enyama we ni na ekosui. Enyama we ni na ekosui. Omo wo interest ewo Oliver Baka. Ne nsem ni mu ana. Eden ena ewo ho omo ma Ghana fo hu. I say, is it the case that you don't have confidence in our justice delivery, criminal justice system, and our court processes as a whole? I say, and now say, High Commissioner no, and Ambassador no, Ghana, your judicial system no, like oni jide wo mu ana, your judges no ni jide wo your judges mu ana, because as someone walking, they ask oni jide wo your judges mu. I say, do you know the number of members of parliament, chief executives, and other high-profile Ghanaians who have been arrested and prosecuted for road traffic offenses and have submitted themselves to due process? If you care to know, we will be delighted to share the list with you. Also, when you mean kuku dama omo omo ya chi omo for road traffic offenses na. Also, have the legally and internationally accepted limits associated with freedom of speech and association been stretched to the point where people can now say and act without regard to the sanctity, security, and the very survival of a country? When it comes to such matters, are there any limits in place in your country? And you'll be saying, say yes. Kebima min kebi ewo freedom of speech wo ho. Now so freedom of speech ne tre say o kasa e wo limits bi e wo se udru. Untumi nkwanko threaten or mine say wudi cool e besi wo mine so. Na wo expect say ye betena se ahwe sa akeke. Asem a wo ka tre no. I say, are you interested in the number of lives lost to road accidents and the number of injured persons, as well as families who have become destitute as a result of such accidents caused by the infractions of people like the person of interest to you? I say, were you interested? Say, omo ewu from say Ghana, akwanya ye drive basa to say Diana Oliver Baka warrior ye kochino. Were you interested? I was all listening so and a number of people are omo ewu through Diana Oliver Baka no ye na. I say, have you taken notes of the innovations being introduced by the Ghana Police Service in recent times to deepen discipline, law, and order, as well as protect lives and property in this country? Are you interested? That we are doing our best to get it right. I see, British High Commissioner no we hu say and the Ghana Police omu bo adwuma wo mo ya ade pa we hu ana na e wona kume mu say Ghana for police no de omo ye no e wo say wo mo ye ni yie ana asem a wo bisa no na owie ye no aha say na ye the last blow wo the ball ambassador na kra wo say for the moment we would recommend a Ghanaian saying that might guide you in your diplomatic engagements. The saying goes, Diwufiasem. It means learn to keep within the limits of what concerns you. Please accept the assurances of our highest consideration. Now, we are not catching British High Commissioner and say, "One di nifiasem." The air cost no a Ghana phone sem and a AC. Now, one di nifiasem. Now, my thoughts on this and they say, you see, the IGP raised some very good points in Sansem where I walk on. But I just want to ask him one question, and that question will shoot down all the questions he has raised now. So, what if the entire, because Osha and someone walk on the reason why the entire walk and someone walk on in Nana say and then Oliver Baka and identity and a British High Commissioner no new Oliver Baka and send Musa and then Oliver Baka no money will be here the entire one in send Musa. So what if now the British High Commissioner comes and tells you, say, oh, the entire Oliver Barker, ye ni one in sem ni muno, and they say, well, you're a citizen, or you're dual citizen, into yensu ye say, well, you're a citizen. What if Obano Oba Bekasa? Not just say, oh, share questions are IGP, no, will be sending now. Not just questions need now to assume. Because the way the IGP was speaking, no, what share British High Commissioner and British Ambassador, and say, ye fi asem ni edi emfa ho ye nipa ni eni ni di asem. So what if Oliver Barker is a dual citizen? Now that means Oliver Barker can hold himself as a British. It is any pakuni a British. Now Ghana mrani ni di. Na High Commissioner no so bekasa wo mu a obekasa ye mu fi asem nti no ma wo ma meke biana. Untumi nkasa. Even so obi fi America na waba. Na Ghana mra any needy. Yes, the American ambassador would like to know. They would like to know how it will end because you're a citizen. Want to be my back say, any needy in Chienfang, do you fear them? I mean, can you say that? I'm asking a genuine question. Can you say that? You can't say that. You can't say that because you're a citizen. You're a citizen. It was all then obisa semnimu. If indeed Oliver Barker is a dual citizen, he has a British passport. Na asem way IGP wo she we no o sha Dan Pariankasa Inspector General of Police on ankasa na wa sign Dan Pariankasa na just on ankasa na nsem watro. In some way ni na work, yes, he has a point. But what if Oliver Barker is a dual citizen? That say in some way work ni na no aya cost 90. Send your boy fool ho, and ye, and famo ho, and yam asem, men found whom bim, the bacone sem wakano, yen ni di wufiasem, ni fiasem no wodi, if Oliver Barker is a British. Ni fiasem en wodi. And I tell what they make him a bois. They make him, am I lying? I'm not lying. Ghana ni, and let me give you an example. Obi to say, Sewa Bruni sem ni si, you know. Because Sewa Bruni was a dual citizen, right? Or Canadian passport. In Tinasem you know, the Canadian embassy were interested in the case. And so they tried and helped her leave this country. Emaneko Canada. Inti anonso oba beka say oh Ghana for enamone Sewa Bruni enya. Inti no Sewa Bruni no emfa Canadian embassy ho. You are wrong. Because the person has or a citizen of that country. So if the person is a citizen of Britain, if Oliver Barker is a citizen, I will free her. Na High Commission no can asem say, oh, ya chi Oliver Barker biom, yen hwe baby ebedua. Odeka because a citizen. Ana de mi kan meboa. Aside everything, in some amoka, on the fear asem, on your way, and then police asem, then na asem amoken. Ghana, ye can British for one more aid. Don't they help us to improve our democracy? Don't they give us funds? Don't they grant us loans? You can't Commonwealth no. Are they not benefit? Commonwealth na countries are no Britain as and countries are no Britain as Are there not things we get from them? Are there no goodies bia yenye free omo ho? Ni mbo bia wo mo de man under Commonwealth no. Are there not things we are benefiting from as part of Commonwealth? And some of these things, it is because it wants this country, the security and everything of this country to be well. So if the person is from British, and then I make up British. If the person is from Britain, the person is a British ambassador. And Ofilisa Asembia Koso. Na also wakasa o se Vienna Convention say don't deal in internal Vienna Convention say don't deal in internal matter na so do sika mo de ye mo internal matters in dia ne de mo beje. I mean come on. And all this thing IGP no akano, it just paints the IGP in one light to me. It shows say IGP ni obi an koko ben no. Because no calling ni it was needless. Sa response ya wode buy it was very petty. It was petty. In here and who here, so response ya what they are. It's not needed. A petty. And who here, Cause wo ye komo ho. Nsɛm a waba bɛkɛn ɛne asɛ woni British ambassador no was asɛm deda because asɛm we nya asɛm bi a questions a wo be bisaye asɛ wo buefu. Look at the tonation and the words. Di wo fi asɛm. I mean, come on, the person is a diplomat. No only diplomat kasa na ye ni diplomat kasa sa. Say they di wo fi asɛm. Come on, man. Come on. It's not needed. It's not needed. Who here? Ye ni diplomat kasa sa. Di wo fi asɛm. Emfa wo ho. Di wo fi asɛm. Ade Oliver Baka no nu obibi ya na. Iti asɛm men kreni. Iti onu fili na utihwe ukoko tie British High Commissioner and Ambassador no nsɛm kra na. What like utumi wanna say even the IGP of all people, police are here you are not even supposed to be prejudicial no. The police were even prejudicial because as someone the British High Commissioner ne kan or see I understand or see convener of Fix the Country movement arrested again. I understand for a motoring offense on his way to court. I will be interested to see where this goes. I mean, picking it on the face value, where the quarter, she has not said anything wrong. If Opesa Okasa can be wronger, unless one kasa, you are being prejudicial and you are putting your meaning to it. Because of the court near ready based on the face value, and someone watrona. Or say, oh, Mati, say ya sans actually Oliver Bium. Oh, a same way, yan should be ebe kwa kudru. A same way I can ye. Any response I would ya brand new. I say you've already been prejudicial, but you are the IGP. IGP is not supposed to be prejudicial. If you are already prejudicial, the obi ukochi obi na nipa kono wondi bone ne kra. E she otrim se wedi inti de abeya ode beto nipa kono so bia ode beto. And this is what you are exhibiting in this letter. It is not good. So letter ya IGP tree anyway no. It on all fronts it is bad. It is not good. A bad international relationship, a cordial relationship with Britain, and this anyaman na emboa, it is not good. Letter ya IGP atrono emboa. And yes, a letter ne leak you. Police for ankasa ende eno mo be posti here on social media. Meaning so me posti here no omo pese Ghana for your bomb abaso said yen. Because we data our troll letter now, it was on 20th May, and that date 31st May. 11 days. And sana womuni ababe posti. Meaning, I don't know the reason why they posted it. But no kwani nyamye nimni, it's not painting the country in a good light. It's not painting the IGP. Omo ya badremba enhua. Womu hu ne say IGP woni abotre kra. Na obi hu nya abotre a obetumi aye IGP adwuma. Charlie, IGP ya na ya bo abaso wa ha o. Ya na ya bo abaso e wo your platform so yesraw enyama bi wo ho e say onya ntobo ase. Because this thing you've come to do for me, I'm a TA, and the analysis I'm doing, it doesn't sit right. And that is what I've said. Questions I will be saying now, yes, it is valid question. But the counter they say, what if Oliver Baka has British passport? That is the questions I will be saying now, don't assume. Because our British passport now will be say, Oliver Baka sem efan ho ana, efan ho. Because we be say womu say adenti ene ya chinkrofo bebre, and omo de mo nka omo asem Oliver Baka de na woka. If Oliver Baka has a British passport, then that question I will be say, said in previous, it didn't make sense. Because yes, obedrin or no need because Oliver Baka a British passport. Who be say, Ademuni Oliver Baka wa there, and then a money no way, money no then a money no war, and then a mon wundi mufiasem, muye ni fiasem no di if Oliver Baka has a British passport. Ni fiasem. Inti please. IGP, yes, please. Mwana mo babeka trends Oliver Baka o yere e wo modern court na buko hu se o yere o si o yere wo Ghana o se den na so o yere e wo UK no o yere wo UK na to say so won krata na to me nim senior mranete ba o ware wo ho a I don't know whether you become a citizen or not, but I mean you people have already confirmed before so was o yere wo UK ho se den. So what is this? E den na mu ye IGP we enye se ehye PRO ensa na ya ba bebo PRO nechi o enye se ehye PRO ensa na ya ba bebo PRO nechi. George Ekufu Dampare PhD doctor onu ankasa na adi ehye ne nsa onu ankasa din na wo ho to so onu ankasa na watro akwakoma eye British High Commissioner no. This is a disgrace. Ati ase it's a disgrace. on try my comment box ni mo me da ase